Eddie Johnson to Puebla. That's nice. I guess you mentioned earlier reports where Agudelo was going to go to Puebla, but it
That was the
actually,
original rumor.
yeah,
But apparently shattered
yeah,
by NoShortCorners.com.
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, good news for Eddie.
Essentially, the rumor was that Agudelo was going to go there, but now it's Eddie Johnson, so he's got some place to come and play at. So that's nice.
No, it's very nice. And it's the same team that DeMarcus Beasley found his club, his career
Yeah.
in. So hopefully it works for Eddie in this situation because he's been in question mark land for quite a bit of time.
Yeah, he has, and he is only still 27. We often forget that.
He's got a couple of years ahead of him.
It seems like he's like 30-something at this point. He's been around so long. But playing alongside Beasley, that should help. Sometimes it's tough going to foreign clubs when you don't have any best friends there. Of course, he's had that luxury at Eris when he played alongside Freddie. All right, and
with Dempsey.
That's right. So it seems like he's, always, half the time he's always had some sort of moral support there. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure if it'll help or hurt, or we'll see. Camp Cupcake, and this is the one we were really going to cover today. I guess a lot of people were kind of happy with some of these choices. I know you were.
Well, there's not much to complain about. I thought Klinsmann did a really good job as far as picking the players who deserved a shot.
Mm-hmm. All right. I mean, I'd agree with that. There were some on there that I kind of said to myself, I'm not sure. And one of them, for me, at least, was Benny Philhaber. I mean, we kind of know what we're going to get from Benny, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure. I would have liked to have tried out some other midfielders who I think deserve a shot, but that are in the MLS, that are younger maybe. Although it's not like Benny's old, it's just that he's not getting any younger, and he's probably not going to get any better from here on out. But maybe
but this is his shot to make a name for himself with Klinsmann. I mean, Bradley used him as a super sub basically to bring him in and revamp the lineup mid game, and this is really Klinsmann's shot to really evaluate and take Philhaber's attributes to heart and mind. So hopefully he makes the best of it.
Yeah.
Because if in a real camp, say against Italy, I don't see Philhaber getting a shot.
No way.
He might get a call up if he does really well here. My big question mark with the midfield, since we're bringing this up right now, is really Clark. Uh-huh. And also, to an extent, Laurentowicz. I like Laurentowicz, but he's getting older, and he's really far down the pecking order. Uh-huh. I mean, there are other players I would have liked to have seen in the midfield. Discrude as an option. He's with the U23s, but I don't know why he's not really getting a look here in Camp Cupcake. So
yeah, I mean, I'd kind of agree with that. I'd rather go with some new faces, which is why I complained, if you can call it a complaint, about Philhaber. And to me, I'd agree with Clark. I mean, listen, you mentioned before he's hardly seeing any playing time in Germany. And
whether or not he's got an injury, I don't know.
Yeah,
I just know that he hasn't played that much this season.
Oh, he has been injured. There's no doubt about that. But and that's been a problem he's had for quite a while now. But I think the other thing is about Ricardo Clark. Again, it's just a guy we already know what he's got. I don't get a sense from a guy like Ricardo Clark or Benny Philhaber or Jeff Laurentowicz that we're ever going to get any more than we're getting out of them right now. Kyle Beckerman, we know what he can bring too, but he fits into Klinsmann's little plan, right? So that makes sense. Breck Shea I like because Breck, obviously, now that maybe he's gotten a little bit of rest, even though he was over there with Arsenal, it's not like playing a game, every other day it seemed like.
The rest of it.
Right. And Zusi, Zusi had some great moments in MLS. I like that pick. Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting pick, and I'm glad to see that he got a shot. I really do. I think he had a great season, and I think this is his opportunity. Another player, as far as just being getting up there in age, and I understand bringing in a seasoned vet that's had the experience of, especially Camp Cupcake is nice, but Nick Raimondo. I mean, we know what we get from him, and he's a great player. I absolutely enjoy how he plays. He's a great shot stopper.
Right.
But he outside of Camp Cupcake, I don't see him having much of an opportunity with any future MLS or U.S. national team camps.
Do you think he's just there to kind of hold
mentor the U23 players here?
I think it's more of a mentorship for Hamid and Johnson.
And we got Hamid and Johnson. Well, why not instead of Ramondo? Why not bring in McMath? I mean, here's a player who got some playing time throughout the season, and he's with the U23s, doing pretty decent down there from what I've read.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like this is an opportunity for Klinsmann to take a senior squad and bring in a couple other U23 players and really give them the go round, give them a chance to show what they got, and then come Olympics, they're going to be that much better for it.
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be my take on it. At least.
Yeah, again, I think the only reason you bring in Ramondo is he's been there so many times, and it's kind of a mentorship. But I understand what you're saying.
He's a great player.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yep.
Building for the future, I would think that a player like McMath would be a better option just to give him more experience.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. I think the biggest question that comes out of this with Tim Ream being left out is, what does that mean for Tim Ream? Is he being left out because we've seen enough of him, or Klinsmann's seen enough of him, and he wants to give everybody else a shot, which is not good news for Ream. That means Ream didn't really live up to his expectations, so he's moving on to other possibilities like Gonzalez, like John, like Cameron. Or is it that he's impressed Klinsmann enough, and Klinsmann still really believes in that he's a first, team guy, or he's going to generally make the first team, that he doesn't need to see any more of Ream? Which one is it? Did Ream not impress him, or did Ream impress him enough?
I'm going to go with option C here. I can't believe I forgot to tell you this earlier, but Ream is actually getting married January 7th. So that's the reason why he's not included. I completely spaced it. I just remembered as you were talking about Ream, I'm like, oh crap, he's getting married. So unfortunate timing for Ream. This would have been a great opportunity for him to get some playing time. However, I am absolutely stoked with the defensive players that were called up. I'm glad that we're going to get to see Cameron and Gonzo and John all in the same camp. I'm glad that we get to see Lloyd back in the call. And I've heard some good things about Parkhurst with his club. I always thought Pierce was a great option. Whether or not he plays center back for the national team, or if he's going to be pushed back to left back, I'm imagining he's going to be playing left back.
Yeah, I would with this lineup.
De La Garza and Lloyd are both options as far as left back is concerned as well.
Right.
I know a lot of people are questioning that how De La Garza got included, but not Franklin.
I know why.
Mark. I know you know why Franklin's not included. You mentioned this earlier. I think it was the pre-MLS Cup. That you went off on Franklin.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Not a big fan, I heard. Yeah.
No, I mean speed alone does not do it for me. Franklin had a hard time all season long finishing anything he created on that wing. As far as just a nice pass. One thing, AJ, and De La Garza is a better defender in my book than Franklin. He's not as fast, but he's also a better passer in my book than Franklin. That's just my opinion. Anyhow, the only reason I guess I didn't hear about that Ream thing is you got the invite to his wedding and I didn't.
I did.
Which
doesn't have the vidcast. We're gonna be streaming the wedding too.
That doesn't surprise me, as I'm typically
the Red Card new segment.
Yeah, well, I typically play the dick role here, so I guess that's why I don't get the invites to the weddings like you do. But I, of course, get the invites to the radio stations because why?
Yeah.
You always like a dick to be on your radio because,
you want somebody opinionated.
Yeah, you need
somebody to try to play the PC card.
Someone who's going to open their mouth and make a total ass of themselves.
I'm fine. I'm fine with playing very PC to an extent. I do play the dick every now and then, but I do play PC often.
Yeah,
it happens. Somebody has to be that way.
Yeah. Oh, the only other guy we didn't mention yet was Rolf. Chris Rolf didn't get a shot, and there's a guy. I would have liked to have seen instead of Benny Feilhaber, for instance.
Here's an option. Do you see Feilhaber as a center mid option, or do you see him as a wing option? Given the fact that we have Beckerman, Clark, and Lorentowicz, I imagine Feilhaber is probably going to be utilized as a wing player. Rolf would have been an obvious option here. Yep. My question is, when does his league start back up?
Yeah, and that is the issue. Right, exactly. But, And
I mean, there's a guy that I've been saying that needs to be called up to an actual camp,
right.
an actual FIFA date camp.
Right.
I mean, he's a winger. I mean, he's playing out on the wing. He's playing left wing for his club, and he's doing well. He's scoring goals. He's assisting, and he's playing pure 90-minute games.
Obviously, a scheduling issue.
What about Parkhurst?
Oh, that's true. Parkhurst did. Yeah, you're right. He's on there. Well, maybe Rolf just got left out, plain and simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously there are options that some people might want to see, like Gott, who is still recovering from his injury, although I believe he's back at his club right now training.
Right.
Kitchen is suffering from a wicked case of turf toe.
Those are horrible.
He missed the U23 camp as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's like I said at the beginning of this episode, it's a good camp. I thought Klinsmann did a good job as far as calling people up.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait for the games.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I don't do that very much for a Camp Cupcake, but I can't wait to see this because there are several people I wanted to see.
Yeah, it's almost like MLS All-Stars versus whoever, you know.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to watch. Hopefully it's better than the Man United All-Star game.
Well, we're not playing it.
That's so true.
Imagine that it's going to be a lot better than.
And thank God we're not playing Man United. All right. Well, I think that's it for now. And until the new season starts, I want to wish everybody, or Brett and I do, and from everybody here at the Straight Red Card, including the dog and all the people that help with the website and everything else, wish them a happy new year and all the listeners a happy new year and a holiday season. Until next year, ta-ta.